Breaking news: Gani Adams wants Southwest governors to allocate 15% of budget to agriculture. Of course, I concur with you. This is a great part. This is honestly a wonderful suggestion that I believe the state governors should imbibe and, get in to assist and to support the people. If you have not heard, the federal government has agreed to pay the Fulani headsmen as well as Maitiala or Maitiala the 475 billion they requested for. I mean, there's been allegations that this was a settlement so that they can stop doing what they are doing and cover up for allegedly Buhari's involvement in their crime. Anyway, that being said, that is a lump sum of amount of the money from the state treasury, from the nation's purse going to the hand of some people who claimed. And remember that the Gagos issue, what happened at Shasha Market, I beg your pardon, did not only affect the houses. Other people, I don't know what Shea Makinde is doing, if he's fighting for his people to get some form of reimbursement or support. Anyway, my people, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if this is your first time. God bless you. Gani Adams urged the 6 state governments in the Southwest Zone to adopt the random mode of engaging expertise in their agricultural sector. The Ara Akokofo of Yoruba land, Gani Adams, has called on the 6 governors of the Southwest states to inject at least 15% of their annual budget into agriculture. Speaking with newsmen on Friday in Lagos against the backdrop of the recent food crisis in the zone, Gani Adams said such allocation will make huge impact on sustainable food production in the zone. He urged the 6 governments in the Southwest Zone to adopt this method to ensure that such a thing never happens again in the future. Investment in agriculture will provide employment, enhance IGR, provide food security, reduce urban congestion, and enlarge the cost of participatory modernization of agriculture by everybody, he noted. According to Gani Adams, the Southwest consume more than 8 billion worth of food on daily basis. He said the recent food crisis was a clear call for the Southwest stakeholders, including security groups, to provide the necessary security for farmers in order to produce enough agricultural products. It is the responsibility of all the Southwest governors to swift and to swing responsively and seek better approach to enhance both small and large scale farming across the region. They asking and should also strengthen the security agricultural region so that we do not labor and somebody else comes to destroy it. Similarly, spokesman to the Yoruba Sociocultural Organization Aferi, Mr. Yinka Odumakin, said the Southwest region can conveniently feed itself without depending on any region. What happened recently is a clear call that if we don't get on this and take care of ourselves, we will be shamed at the end of the day. Odumakin added that there was urgent need to go back to farming in the political zone. We have relied on others for far too long. The Aferi publicity secretary described the northern blockage of foodstuffs to the south as a challenge to the southwest, which has made it IGR from agriculture before independence, and we must go back. This is a wise call, like I earlier reiterated, a brilliant call. And Mr. Adams, thank you very much for making this call. I think any well-meaning government, I'm talking about the Southwest geopolitical zone, should get something from this. When something happened and you learn nothing from that experience, you're not a very wise person because you're not preparing. If, for instance, there is something that has happened and out of it all you did not learn anything or you took it with levity, the tendency for it to happen again is very large. And when it happens again, you might not be in the same position you were to have opportunity to have prepared. Now that this has happened, for a couple of days, close to about a week, price of food increased in the south in the South generally. This is a call for everyone to get on board. First of all, strengthen the agricultural sector in the South. Yes, every in fact, the south, south, southwest, southeast should get on it like yesterday. Get your people to start working. I mean, invest heavily in it. Because if we do, this is a clear cut that we can actually bring food crisis in the south to a stop to I mean to a minimal level. Because what has happened is a clear indication that you and I, every one of us, have the opportunity to change the course of the narrative of how the hike of present day cost of food by us getting on board and doing the right thing, not depending on the trailers to be coming from the north. This is a clear-cut indication that if we depend, we will eventually go into what we call hunger starvation. Let me tell you something. Before you go into something, before you go into food production, there is what we call the tester. So this is what is used to ascertain if the product is good. So with that, when it's being produced, you look at it, you analyze, you make the corrections, you see the fault, you take the potential risk that is, then you go back to the drawing board. What did we do well? What did we get right? What was wrong? How could we improve so that this project, this pet project is a legacy? It has come to stay. It does not just come and fizzle out, or we don't waste our money and nobody buys it. So when you begin to put these things into perspective, when you begin to look at the analysis, the narrative, when you begin to put these things, guess what? You are preparing yourself for a bumper harvest. I'm not talking about agricultural bumper harvest. I'm talking about you're preparing yourself for an opportunity so that when your product hits the market, it's up and running, and you know that you are making maximum profit and you are a success at it. What has just happened? I tell you what, the north has just tested the water and see that the south is, food. If you remember the civil war, what did they use to kind of like get the southeast at the civil war? One was the prevention, the blockage of food. Medicine. I was not born that time, but at least my parents will always tell us about the Civil War, and they said these were some of the things. Prevent access to basic necessity. If not, within it, the Southwest would have won that Civil War. But we're planning, these things were not totally captured. So when the then government try to get on them and prevent this necessary lively was what made them get a headway. So guys, leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.